And we're live. There we go. And that's how you start a podcast.
Cool.
Just like that.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Just unmute yourself.
It definitely helps when, you gotta use a microphone and start a podcast and your computer isn't muted. That way
It
you
does
actually,
help. It
yeah,
does.
it actually records the audio that you're
Yeah, it
trying to
sounds
do.
way better than being
Way better.
muted.
Well, when you're a dummy, that's what happens.
It's all right.
It is what it is.
I think you were the brains of the operation.
Clearly not. I think you misinterpreted me, clearly.
Yeah, I haven't figured out wrong. Uh,
What's going on, man? How's life? We haven't talked in a while. We have a lot to talk about.
yeah, life is lifey.
Life is life.
Yeah, it's a strange moment in my life,
Mm-hmm.
as you know.
I'm kind of aware, but I'm curious to hear, which is why I wanted to pull you over.
Yeah. So I contemplate this whole situation, my career,
Mm-hmm.
and how it went from 2012 getting incorporated as Premier Concrete and Stamping.
Perfect. I was about to say, why don't you start from the beginning?
Yeah.
Start from the beginning and get to now. And then later on, as I usually like to do, we're going to talk about some fitness stuff.
All right.
We're going to go into your workout. But right now, I want to know, where are you?
I'm right here, Rye.
Are you?
How far back do we go?
I don't know.
So, I mean, if we go back career wise, right?
Start at the beginning of concrete.
Okay. So graduate high school, right?
Mhm. That's too far back. Fast
Well,
forward.
it leads up to it, okay? Because I got out of high school with no intentions of going to college and
Mhm.
just thinking that it'd be cool to swing a sledgehammer. Because I was always a little bit like fitness oriented, but like blessed genetically to where like I didn't necessarily have to do anything. I was just like this like naturally ripped dude. And I just always wanted to like kind of like build on that.
You still kind of are,
I'm just saying,
you
like, I haven't
asshole.
had to do that much work for it, and like, whatever.
Oh, and that's changed?
So out of high school, I started bar backing at a restaurant that my mom used to work at. But in the meantime, it was like that was just like kind of like weekend, whatever. I got with a local concrete guy, right? And
Yeah.
like I liked it. It was like hard work, but it
Yeah.
was like I don't know if it fed my ego or whatever. It was like, yeah, I'm a concrete guy.
Yeah.
And then, I worked for a bunch of different concrete guys, and I just remember thinking towards the end of that, as like these like private neighborhood guys,
Yeah.
um, Shawnee was born, and I had to get benefits.
Hmm.
So I got in the union, local
Oh,
592.
did you?
I joined Cement Masons local 592 in 2004.
Oh, honestly, I did not know that you were in the concrete union.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Yeah, which gave me more of a push to do my own thing
Yeah.
because like you get into that realm and that industry and you see like, I don't want to say that like that introduced me to drugs and alcohol, but it
Hmm.
was like it definitely amplified it, you know? But towards the end of that, it's like as a journeyman, you make X amount of dollars, right?
Yep.
No matter how good you are.
Yep.
So there were guys, drug addicts, that I would see nodding out like on tools
Yeah.
or machines or whatever. And I'm like, we make the same amount of money.
Yeah.
Like, why am I busting my ass?
Yep.
And like, it was like it really didn't matter.
Mhm.
And like that's I don't know, it's a whole other thing, but like
Yeah. I
the,
mean,
the employee mindset,
yeah, but that's
right?
like what kicked you off to why the fuck am I working as hard as I am? And then Joe Schmo over here is making the same amount of money and doing dick.
Right.
He's doing no work and like he's getting paid as much as me. It's not fucking fair.
Yeah. So which leads you to believe or gives you the confidence that like, well, I
There's
could
more.
do this better
Yeah.
on my own,
Yep.
you know? So like side jobs start to come in, you're replacing sidewalk blocks, this and that or whatever. And then finally taking the leap from a suggestion of like a friend, like, dude, why don't you just get incorporated? And it
Yep.
was never like oh, I need 50 grand to get started. There was never like a thought of like needing capital or anything like that. It was just
You
like,
just said, fuck
you
it, I'm
just,
doing
you
it.
just roll with it. It
Yep.
was like, okay, it starts off on like Saturdays, you're doing side jobs. And then it
Yep.
was like, damn, I'm getting enough calls where like,
Yep.
I don't want to go to the union job,
Yep.
not to mention how much I disliked it
Yep.
because that gets political as well.
Yeah, what was the hardest part with that though? Because obviously through the union you get benefits to do 401k. I don't know if they still do pensions anymore, right? But there's like a lot of extra things, which technically you're still paying for. But like the health benefits is a huge one, especially you were starting your family, you had kids then. It was probably pretty hard when you had both on, you were contemplating both of doing your own thing, increasing the side jobs, doing it full time, or staying with the union.
So that never really,
You didn't even give a shit.
well, no, only because I was lucky enough to be in a situation where the mother had already had benefits,
Mm, yep.
So it was like,
Nice.
I'm not
Yeah.
depriving them of
Yep.
health benefits by doing my own thing,
Yep. Yeah.
Um, so that wasn't a contributing factor, like, "Oh, shit, I can't do this because of that,"
Yep.
And then what happened was is, like, when you're in the union, you gotta make a certain amount of hours to be covered,
Yep.
right? So now winters, no matter who you're with, where you're at, whatever, it's quote unquote seasonal work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, when you start struggling to make your hours and all, and it's like, dude, why am I doing this? And I'm not even getting the health benefits. Not to mention, it's like I'm a pretty healthy individual. Like
Yep.
I never really needed it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
Obviously, yeah, you can't,
yeah. Well, with the kids, right? But generally, if
well,
you're
this is just Shawnee at the time,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So he's covered, whatever. But I remember going from at the time, it's his early 2000s, I was making $320 a day cash at the end of the day,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So you're bringing home $1,600 a week.
Yeah.
I joined the union
Okay.
and I got a check
Hmm.
for $600 a week.
Yeah. Sure.
Right. So it's like, so these things where you're just like, what am I doing?
Well, because you're paying all those dues. Those dues add up quick.
Sure. Okay.
Hmm.
Then the cement masons, the local union goes into a crisis status. So your pension and annuity are in this like bad,
Yeah.
they're in a bad way. To this day, it's like I can't get my money out that I earned. It wasn't a gift. I
Yep.
worked for it,
Yeah.
and they tell you like,
It's
oh,
locked.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like one of the only unions that you can't touch it,
Yep.
which I have all these feelings about that,
Yep.
right? Like who's managing that money? Like who fucked up there?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Skip
But
past that.
when I started a business and it's like, oh well, you got tens of thousands of dollars in this fund that you worked for,
Hmm.
I could that would really benefit me to start a new business,
Yep.
But whatever. So I worked through it without it,
Mm.
and I say this all the time. It just organically built itself and grew itself.
Yeah.
You create a name for yourself, and then you become the guy who's the concrete guy.
Well,
You know,
yeah, I think you're, discrediting yourself a little bit because when you do good work, people call for good work and reliability and for you to come and deliver on time with the expectations that you set and they're expecting, right? People wouldn't call you back if your work sucked.
yeah, yeah. But that's what I mean, like how it just grew without advertising,
Hmm.
marketing, like any of that stuff.
Hmm.
And then like, fast forward like a decade, it's just like, I think your ideas go up and down. For me, they went in waves. It was like, I want to be the guy who's doing high rises and have 50 people that work for me and like all this shit. And then it was like, well, that sucks because then as a business owner, you start to see what you have to manage.
Yep.
Like, and it comes down to like a bad way to put it, but you're a fucking babysitter.
Yep.
Like you're managing personalities.
Yep.
Oh, I can't come into work today. My kid's sick. I got to do this. My baby mom's being crazy. My car broke down. And like in the world of concrete, like if concrete's on the road and you're calling out and saying you can't make it in that day, like,
Yeah.
dude, that's a huge,
Yeah.
you know,
Especially with the time dependency on concrete, because it's just like you got a certain amount of time to pour it, you got a certain amount of time you can mess with it,
right.
and it needs a certain amount of time to set.
Yeah.
And it's a tight window. Not to mention, maybe not so much during the summertime. I'm not the concrete expert here. I would default to you. What I'm trying to say is in the wintertime, you might get that one day where it's just like, hey, we can pour today. Let's get out there. And then someone calls out and now you don't do it as good as you could have.
Hmm.
That's a problem.
Yeah. So when you like take a step back and look at it from like 30,000 feet, it's like the amount of variables that are in the concrete industry. It's like, I would imagine if you ask ChatGPT, like, what's one business that like would fail more than like, or like what, like outside uh, circumstances, it'd be
Yeah.
like, there's so many things that can go wrong. And so many things did for me
Hmm.
towards the end,
Yeah.
you know, like uncontrollable things too, like one in a million kind of things.
Yep.
But it just got to be, you lose the drive for it. You lose the ambition for it. Like it
Yeah.
just went from like, okay, I got say 12 guys working for me. And I'm like, wow, there's way more mistakes. There's way more headache. There's way more stress. and there's not way more money.
Yeah.
Like I got to a point where I was like, wait a minute, I'm taking money out of like savings for payroll.
Yep.
And then you're always chasing money,
Yep.
and it's like, yo, you owe me 50 grand. What's up? And it's like, oh, well, here, we have 10 today. And
Yep.
then like by the time you get it, you're like, okay, well, it's almost like you didn't get paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I still have that like today, guys that still do concrete and they're just like, this sucks. I'm like, try to get out of it, man.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but now the position that I'm in is that I don't know exactly what I want to do. So
Hmm.
at 45 years old,
Yeah.
going from my world as concrete to now, what do I want to do? And if I sit here and meditate on it for 10 days, I don't know
Hmm.
because I'm in a position of like, how do you know if you haven't tried a whole bunch of different things? So
Hmm.
that's basically what I'm doing right now, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, we've talked about this before where it's just like, yeah, you're in this position, you're a little bit older in life, but it's just like, imagine if you like, and like you started a business, you were managing it successfully, bringing in money, making money, paying payroll, like training guys, right? Where the flip side could be you worked at a restaurant for those 20 years and you didn't even gain any like business experience. So like, yeah, it might not be the best position because you're still trying to figure it the fuck out. But it's also you got 15, 20 years of like business experience, sales, marketing. You said you didn't do marketing, but I would suggest that you were doing marketing because word of mouth is marketing, right? But like you got all those skills, you have all of that experience. You just know that, and maybe deep down, concrete still is the answer, just done a little bit differently or game planned a little bit differently, strategically a little bit more differently. But like you're going to land on your feet no matter what you choose to do. Now, I would suggest, and we're probably both on the same page with this, can't sit there forever. So you're going to have to pull the trigger on something.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you put yourself in a good position where it could look way differently if you had made other decisions. Like I said, like just waiting tables for 20 years isn't the same as running a concrete business for 20 years.
Yeah. Well, there's something that always stands out in my mind because we had a conversation before because I came to you and I was like, I feel like I'm starting over from scratch. And it's like, you just said it right there. It's not.
There you
I'm
go.
not starting from scratch. I'm starting from 20 years of experience of
Hmm.
what I've done. Now, as far as like picking up the pieces and the crumbs and putting everything back together in the concrete industry, I could do that, but I lost it.
Hmm.
I have no desire to do that whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right now, to fill in the gaps, if I go pour concrete, I go with a bucket of tools.
Yep.
I do my job. I get my money and I go home.
Yep.
And like, there's a lot to be said about that. Like, that feels good right now, you know? And what I've been doing the last couple of years is like, some like business ventures. It was like, try something with this guy
Yep.
or do this with that. And what I'm doing is I'm finding out what I don't want to do.
Yeah.
So like by the process of elimination, I inevitably have to land on what I do like doing.
Yep.
I say it like I'm envy of people that know what they want to do, know their passion, and then they can do it. Like I had this conversation with Eddie Rogers the other day. I'm like, you're real estate and you know you're real estate and you love doing it and you're passionate about it. All you got to do is like continue working on it and whatever. And like you have not necessarily a finish line or a goal, but you have something to be ambitious about and to grow on. Me right now, I'm like, I don't know if I'm a handyman down the shore from slinging hot dogs. It's like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know until I do it.
But on that same flip side, right? And we can use Eddie's an example. So if he listens to this, sorry, Eddie. But it's just like in the beginning, he might not have known that was his thing. He was just like, this is just a job, right? He's
Mm,
doing it and then ends up starting his own thing. I think the more important part is like he might not have liked it in the beginning, but then he started making progress and growing. And sometimes that's like contagious, right? And you like the thrill of getting better at it, bringing in more sales, training people, bringing in more staff. And like
mm.
then it becomes the game of business, not necessarily real estate. So like he might not have liked it in the beginning. Some people might not like what they're doing in the beginning, but then when they see the progress and they see the effort they're putting into it, and then that becomes the game and the fun part of the game that they like to grow.
Oh, yeah, you hit it.
But I mean, the harder part is, and I agree with you. I'm in a similar situation where it's just like, what do you double down on, right?
Hmm.
Because in some respect, like if you want to be a long term player, you got to stay in the game long enough. So if you absolutely fucking hate it, like you ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
So like, what do you not mind doing that you do find enjoyable, like building and growing and learning in that area? Maybe concrete's not it, but it could be something similar to concrete, whether it was like HVAC electrical work, doing the handyman work that you've kind of been doing this whole time, right? And it might not be the work itself. It might turn into the game of trying to learn what avenues you can like grow that business.
Yeah, and that's spot on, and that was kinda where that conversation led to, was like, business is business. It
Hmm.
doesn't matter if you're cleaning up dog shit in somebody's backyard
Yep.
or if you're selling $1,000,000 shore homes,
Yep.
and that's kinda what Eddie, got into, was like, "Dude, it's just real estate." He's like, "It's not necessarily real estate that's keeping me in it. It's
Hmm.
like, it's building a business, growing the business, and then maybe having an exit strategy or whatever." And we started talking, and he was like, "You know what I would love to do?
Hmm.
Make cheesesteaks in a truck."
Yeah.
I'm like, but
Ah.
same thing, right?
Yeah.
Here's a business.
Yep.
Here's a business model. It doesn't matter what you're doing,
Hmm.
but when it gets hard, you have to enjoy doing something enough to where you don't go,
Yep.
screw this.
Yeah. Just
Like,
pack
I'm
it in.
out. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's, it's funny. We try to say that at the mastermind meetings too. It's like business is business. It doesn't matter what
Hmm.
you're doing. And Travis says that he's specialist at marketing and advertising. He just so happens to have a plumbing company,
Yep. Yep.
and that, which is like, wow, that hits a little different. Like, it's like, shit, that's a cool mindset because, dude, whatever, like, whatever you're doing, like, to go all in, right? Like, let's just say that this hot dog thing works out, right?
Hmm.
Like, I don't desire being a guy at a hot dog cart selling as many hot dogs as I can.
Yeah.
My idea behind it is like, one, like, let's have fun with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's advertise the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Let's market it, be on TikTok. And
Yeah.
like, instead of it being like, this is just a dude who sells hot dogs, it's like, just taking something as minuscule as selling hot dog or whatever, but just like making it a business and
Hmm.
making it fun and growing it and seeing like what you could do. Who knows? Like, maybe you just get like 5 to 10 trucks or whatever, and you're like, dude, I'm out. I'm gonna sell this business. And now I'm
Yeah.
gonna try something else.
Yeah. I mean, you could. I think to your point, it's like the thrill of the game is the business, right? Because there's so much that goes behind it, and that's probably what interests me the most, and that's why I like mess around with the podcast or trying to do like the like blogging or I dabble with the social media stuff, even though I suck at it. Because it's just like capturing somebody's attention, and then I think the flip side is providing them value. Now, the flip side is like a lot of social media and TikTok, it's just entertainment, right? But
Mm,
I don't normally consume that shit. I hate that shit. I
yeah,
like the stuff where like they're trying to teach you something or they're trying to give you a product or service that like provides value, helps you, makes your life easier. Like that stuff. And then the value prop behind it, like that whole psychology of the marketing, sales, business management, like that stuff really interests me.
yeah,
So I mean, in hot dog could just be a segue into that of learning more because you were doing a service business, right, with concrete compared to more, I don't want to say commodity, but like you're actually selling a product, hot dog,
yeah.
right, that people eat. That's a different dynamic that you need to learn the game of from like marketing, sales, bullshitting with people. Do people like this bun? Do they like that bun? Do they like this fucking hot
It's a
dog?
whole
Do you like
world.
this
It's
other hot
funny.
dog, right? You got
Yeah,
fucking Sabret mustard out there. Maybe
yeah.
people hate that. They want Goldens, you know?
That is funny. Like, it's its own world. But to to that topic and to that point, that's what I was kind of getting at, how the concrete business organically grown, because I never, like, I'm a hands-on dude. I'm
Mhm.
that generation where it's like, get out of my way, I'll do it myself,
Yeah.
which is also my downfall. It's like, instead of looking at it as a business and how to put people in place and all that, I always thought I'm the guy. In the concrete business, I wore every single hat.
Mhm.
I'm doing the estimates. Yeah,
When you start out as numero uno, you are the salesperson, you are the manager, you are the resource like
yeah,
secure, you secure all the materials, you're the scheduler, you're the person who actually goes, you're the foreman, and you're the laborer. You
yeah,
do all of the work. And then you're also the foreman that goes back and checks on the job,
yeah.
right? But I think maybe something that was missing there is as you started to grow, like and this might be a good challenge for you is what are you good at and what are you not good at? Because there's probably some aspect of what you were doing that maybe you had to do because you felt like you needed to do it because you were the boss, but you could have outsourced to another team member or employee that was way better at it, came way easier to them, and maybe they could have crushed it and it could have took a lot of time and responsibility off your plate to allocate someplace else.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. My problem was that I was really good at doing concrete,
Hmm.
like, Brian wasn't good at waterproofing,
Hmm.
or I don't want to say it in like, whatever, but he knew that everybody else was better than him.
Yeah.
My problem was that I was always on my team
Yeah.
the best at doing concrete,
Yeah.
so like
Yeah.
that really sucked. And I don't know if that was more ego than anything, but if I needed something done a certain way, the only way it got done that way is if I did it.
Mm.
And if that's, maybe that was bad leadership, bad training, like whatever. Again, though, like experience of doing it and going through it is to put the right people in place. And it wasn't until the end where it was like, now I got a girl answering the phones.
Hmm.
I have a quote unquote foreman.
Yep.
Um, but then like it just, nothing makes sense moving forward. And it all makes perfect sense looking back,
Yeah. I
so
mean, that's how it always is,
yeah,
right?
right. So, I could sit here and be a victim and say like, "Oh my God, why did this happen to me?"
Hmm.
But I know genuinely that I'm going to look back and go, "Thank God that it did happen."
Yeah, well, funny because I also agree. Thank God it did happen because it was probably a good time to get out of there. But I think a good thing that still begs the question is how long has it been since you kind of, and I know you're still doing side jobs, but
Mhm.
like you officially called it, you're done with Premier Concrete.
So I want to say it was December of 2023 was
Okay.
when the insurance company said, "We're going to drop you." 2 weeks before Christmas. I think it was like, if you don't give us 20 grand to renew,
Yeah.
right? Again, like not again, but 5 kids, 2 weeks before Christmas, and you want some ridiculous amount that I never even paid for the whole year, before they'll consider insuring me again. And it was just like, yeah, that's
Not
not going to
happening.
happen. So I haven't done anything under Premiere since 2023, a month before the end of the year. So 24, so 2 years at least that I haven't done anything like
Okay.
under Premier Concrete.
So where I was going with this was it's a pretty long time. And I know you do think about it quite often, but have you ever actually sat down and reflected on all the lessons that you could learn from some of the, like, I don't want to call them mistakes, but like it was definitely a painful experience. It definitely sucked having to go through that. And you've definitely realized maybe, and you know the pain points of why you don't like it, but like what lessons have you taken away from that that you know moving forward you won't make again? Or like you kind of realize your mistakes now looking back, and maybe you would have done them differently.
That's a great question because, it's like,
You can take your time, but we're on a podcast, so hurry the fuck up.
like, what we were just talking about is trying to wear all the hats is one,
Yeah.
um, dude, like I don't want to reconfirm like to the universe, but it's like I've always had financial fear.
Mhm.
Whatever it stems from, how I grew up, my family,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like money was scarce. My mom, we grew up single mom, 4 kids
Yep.
in Philly.
Yep.
It's like it was just scarce. It was always scarce.
Hmm.
So it's the one thing that probably held me back because it was like, well, if I hire this guy, how am I going to afford him? If I don't do this, like, how am I going to make sure that I can get the check at the end of the job? You know, there's guys out there like Brian being one of them. It's like, you'll figure it out,
Hmm.
and it always works out. I can look back and say, obviously it's worked out. I'm here, right? Like it's
Yep.
always worked out. I'm
Yep.
not homeless.
Yep.
I have the vehicle, you know what I'm saying? So like,
No, I saw you pull up. You live out of the back of your car.
maybe I got close to it sometimes. No, but like I've been lucky enough as far as that goes, where experientially I can look back and say that like it's always worked out. Have I been recording?
Yeah, yeah, we're good. I just wanted to double check here.
Yeah.
Make sure my voice is recording. Oh, it's good. So keep going.
Good, good. So like moving forward though, it's like I said earlier, is having a lot of guys versus having like two or three guys. The stress level is just so much less. And you're making more money too. And one of the problems that I had was I had a real hard time saying no.
Mm,
Like I was a people pleaser big time,
mm,
So it was like, can you get to this job before my graduation party? I have a picnic on this thing. I need this patio done by whatever. And it was all yes, 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 yes. Fucking killed myself with that
yeah.
kind of shit. You know, now say you keep a crew of like two or three guys. And I'm saying like if I was to do it again, which I'm not going to.
Well, it sounds like you're thinking about it.
No, it's just how it ended. It was like
Okay.
I kept two guys that were loyal, faithful, good at what they did. And it was like, man, all this time. Like this is just a way better move,
Hmm.
you know? And you know what's funny is like I remember going to a concrete um like an event over in Philly,
Yep.
and I'm with two guys. One's a concrete polisher, another guy's like a local just concrete contractor.
Yep.
And we go, who's one concrete business owner that we see and would like to mimic? And out of the three of us, we couldn't figure one out.
Hmm.
So I know guys that run union companies. I know guys that have neighborhood companies, and there's not a single one of them that I would like to be like.
Hmm.
So like that in itself, it's like whether you're either going to be the diamond in the rough or, the oddball of, you don't end up that way. But there's guys that I'm friends with who can't go on vacation and put their phone down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like whether
Yeah.
they have the right people in place or not, it is what it is. Like we say, like you leave a 9 to 5 to have a 24/7.
Yep.
And like it's eventually you don't put those people in place where you could do the fishing test, right? Where if
Yep.
you go on a fishing trip and your business will run fine.
Yep.
Like maybe that's like I don't know. I'm sure it does exist, but like we weren't able to figure out
Yeah.
someone who does that. So like if that's the case, it's like, what am I shooting for? Because it almost seems unrealistic to be able to do.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a
Yeah. I mean, it, I feel like concrete's a difficult one. And what I mean by that is just like the talent that you get for concrete isn't that high. You know what I mean? The quality of guys that you're getting in, like they're not rocket scientists. You know what I mean? And you tell me, I would imagine you need a little bit more skill to be a carpenter or an electrician than a concrete guy.
um
Different. You probably need to, it's different.
completely different.
It's different knowledge. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But like, it's probably hard finding very skilled guys that hold themselves accountable, right? Because they probably would have done something else.
Well, that's what they do. They
Hmm.
do their own thing.
Yep.
And you can't be mad at that because it's exactly what I did,
Yep. Yeah.
but
Yep.
it's completely different, right? So
Hmm.
there's a lot more that goes into it, like how to get the concrete to where you're pouring at, the timing of it, when to finish it,
Yep.
slope, pitch, like all those things are again variables,
Yeah. Yep.
So it's not necessarily that.
There's a science to it for sure.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say that a carpenter or a plumber is on another level.
Hmm.
It's just different.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
shit flows downhill.
Yep.
How
Yep.
smart you got to be a plumber? You know,
Yeah. I don't know. Those guys get paid a shit ton of
I
money.
would say, listen, I would say an electrician. Yeah, you probably got to have some brains, so you don't kill yourself.
Oh,
But
shit
there's a lot.
goes downhill.
I'll tell you what. Then the concrete guy is probably underrated, or like there's a lot of thought that goes in. And I know guys that do that, but like these are guys that were okay with being in the union for
Mhm.
their entire careers and whatever. But like I've groomed guys to where I was like spent years training guys, and then they go, I'm going in the union because I need benefits, or I'm going to start my own thing.
Yeah.
And like, how do you get mad at something like that?
Yep.
You know,
No. Yeah. You
right?
can't. Yeah. And then to that point, it's like, well, that's why I trained you as good as I could, so that way you could go and either do your own thing or join the union.
Yeah.
So you make more money or get the benefits or whatever you
Yeah.
need. So yeah, that's got to be heartbreaking because you spend 2, 3, 4 years training a guy, and then they just often leave to go do their own thing, and you're like, well, shit.
And now what? Now I got to
Yeah.
start over and train
Yep.
some other dude.
Hmm. Yep.
So yeah, the manpower, it's just like a struggle in the service business. I'm sure with yours too, right? Like, you got to put a team together, and it's like if Bobby, who was number one, leaves, it's like now what?
Hmm.
And like how do I get some competent kid that doesn't want to play video games all day and whatever and be on his phone all day to replace somebody? Like that again, that was something else that weighed on it too, is like just getting guys,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah. Nobody
And
wants to fucking work.
yeah.
It's weird.
And again, at the guys that do, have already established themselves, made a name for themselves, and they're doing their own thing, and good luck to them.
Yep.
But again, like all in all, just like a general idea or a general conclusion that I've made is just like, I'm done with concrete, completely done, unless I'm going with a bucket of tools
Hmm.
or I can do something to fill in days while I'm creating the other dream, then that's all.
I catch your message here, Sean. We're done with concrete. Let's move on to what are you doing now, and where do you think you're going? Because I know it's still up in the air a little bit, but you
Mhm.
have to have some kind of idea of like this is what I envision right now. Now I know you just are you pulling some strings with the mastermind. Just got it nonprofit, right? Whole bunch of stuff that could probably transpire from that. A lot of different directions you can go. but then you're also doing the handyman thing. So tell me more about that.
Well, it all stemmed from my love of like being in any shore town.
Mhm.
From LBI to Cape May, it's like I just have great memories in all of them, and I just enjoy being there. So when I think about it now, is like, what do I want to do? It's not how I'm going to generate income, because that'll come. It's more of like, how do I want to live?
Yep.
And then the things will show up. So I've made a presence down the shore for probably like the last 10 years. Anything like work related, I've always jumped on because I just love being down there.
Yep.
So the handyman thing kind of just came about, like I said, in 23. It was like concrete's done. So last year I sold a building that I bought for the business,
Yep.
and I was like, I'm going to try this house washing thing. So I bought a power washer and the whole setup, anything that I needed to wash houses.
Hmm.
And then, we have a great network. So people just like push you out there like, oh, well, Shawn, whatever, when things pop up on Facebook, which is, probably number one marketing and advertising platform. And then so as I'm down the shore doing like, I'm shirtless, I'm hosing down houses, right? Like it doesn't get any easier or better for me in my head, right?
Oh yeah,
I'm
Shawn out there in the summertime, glistening with sweat, or is that the
Howard
soap
oil by
suds?
the gallon.
Are those the soap suds from the power washing coming off the house?
Who cares? No, but so I'm down there and it's like, this is great. And then I'm a people person and I'm very personable and like
Yeah,
I
you start just
enjoy,
chatting it up with
yeah.
everyone.
And
Yeah.
and it's like, hey, listen, anything else you need down here? Like I have a construction background, like just let me know if like there's any whatever. That's how the handyman thing came about.
So all right, tell me about the first person that you walked up to you and was just like, "Hey, actually I need X, Y, and Z." Were you out just power washing a house and they're like, "Hey, actually, could you come over and do my house?" And then you went and did their house and they're like, "Actually, I could use this, this, and this done." And you're like, "Yeah, sure, I'll get it done."
Pretty much.
Is that how it works? Someone just walking by on the street?
No, it was somebody on Facebook,
Okay.
and this woman called me. She said, "Turns out you're the guy to go to." Like, that was my first year of power washing houses, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
turns out you're the power washing guy, and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I can take care of it."
Yep.
And it was this house that used to be an 8-unit apartment building that got turned into one giant house.
Yeah.
Woman's great. She's
Yeah.
she's unbelievable. I said, listen, if you need anything else, she's like, well, I rent this place out 14 weeks. And like every Saturday, there's going to be a punch list. And I was like, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm skimming the pool. I'm like docking stuff. I'm like patching holes. I'm like doing this, doing that. And it was just like, this is great,
Yeah.
but now how do I like generate something for the winter? Because again, winters are always like slow and rough or whatever. So had a couple ideas of like this winter watch program. It's like people that have shore houses where they live 2-3 hours away. They need someone to kind of check in on their house. Oh, I'm down here anyway.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
what do you need? So
Yeah.
like to transform that, and then from being down the shore, I'll work out at Attilas and Wildwood a lot.
Oh,
Got
I
the
know, because
got
you haven't been with me at Team 85.
yeah.
I've been upset.
Listen, I love the shore. So
Mhm.
I've become friends with Chris Lambert. He's the owner of Attilas. He's got them in every shore point.
Mhm.
Another friend of mine, John Morton. He's a Morton Electric down there in Wildwood.
Yep.
We're talking to a guy who's got the vending license down in Wildwood for a hot dog cart,
Mm.
and they're both like, "Well, dude, we got just the guy. I would love to be down here because again, like here it is. I express my love of being down the shore.
Yeah.
So again, not what I'm doing,
Yeah.
just doing what.
Well, so I think the interesting thing here is that you have these established business owners down there who are seeing opportunities and then kind of feeding you opportunities, and then you get to almost have like a charcuterie board and you get to try what you want, and then when one sticks, one's gonna stick and you're gonna run.
And this is the process of elimination, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So this guy had this cart down there. His brother moved to Florida, took the cart with him. They were like, "We got the guy." They put us together, started bullshitting. He's like, "Listen, let's do it. We'll split everything down the middle." All right. I went out. I bought a hot dog cart,
Hmm.
and it's like, and then so I just keep showing up, right?
Yep.
I'm showing up for opportunities or
Yep.
like landing in my lap,
Yeah.
right?
Showing up is like 90% of the battle,
Oh yeah,
literally.
right. Well, since living in Florence, New Jersey, I live 3 blocks off of the river.
Yep.
Love it. I love
Yep.
being near water.
Hmm.
I always thought the thought of river dogs was in my head for the last decade. It's like this, like fun would that be? And I got all these like my imagination, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, we can have kids running because there's a vacant bank
Yeah.
on the corner where the boat ramp is.
Yeah.
So my thoughts were always like, we have a hot dog place right here.
Yeah.
We hire kids from the neighborhood. We're providing jobs,
Hmm.
and they just run across the street and they drop hot dogs off or whatever, sodas, whatever, at
We're
the
at the
dock
boat.
for boats that are going to the sandbar up in
Yeah.
Bordentown, right?
Yeah.
River
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah.
That's what we just thought and talked about.
Did you pull the trigger on this?
So what I did was now the thought of the hot dog cart down the shore is in my head.
Yeah.
I called my buddies over at the Township of Florence. I
Hmm.
said, "What's the deal? Here's
Hmm.
what I want to do." They're like, "We have an unlimited amount of vendors license there. There's one guy in town. He goes to the Amazons. He's like, go get the application." So now from an idea down the shore, now we'll generate two hot dog carts, one in Florence, one down the shore,
Hmm.
and like not just that. It's like how fun would that be? You know what I mean? We're like I'm at a boat ramp in my neighborhood, whatever. Put some kid there,
Yep.
and it's just and then you start talking to people, and it's like, what are some of the needs, like, right? And they're like, well, we're always looking for ice. All right, cool. Should I get a little generator with a little ice box too?
Yep.
Start selling ice,
Yeah.
selling hot dogs, selling energy drinks,
Yep.
selling sunblock,
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's just morphed into this thing that I'm excited about.
Yeah.
I'm like this could be so fun having my kids interact and whatever.
Yeah.
Like it just could, who knows, dude? It could just take on a mind of its own and just kind of like grow from there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's cool, man. It's like
Yeah,
the idea, opportunity, and then it seems like you're really excited about like the other value, more value that you could provide besides just thoughts, right? It's kind of like a starting point.
yeah. And to go back to what we're saying, it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
Treat it like a business, let it grow like a business. Doesn't necessarily matter what it is,
Yeah.
but I can get behind it. you know,
All right.
like what happens when somebody doesn't like a hot dog? That's another one.
Yeah.
All right, that just cost me 40 cents.
Yeah.
Not like, I don't like my patio and you got to rip it out and replace it. And now I'm out 10K. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yep.
that whole variable that I'm talking about. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, how do I lessen my not chances to fail, but you know what I'm
You're like
saying?
downside.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to hedge your downside.
Yeah.
Where, yeah,
The pros and cons, right?
yeah,
Like, let's get the pro list up. Like,
yeah. 40 cents for a bun and a dog, and it's just like, yeah, I'll chuck that. Here's another one,
right.
right? For what and what the best part is, like the market, it's like, all right, here's a $2 hot dog. Even though nowadays they charge like $10 for a hot dog.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the only thing you might have to watch out for is these kids are charging like $50 an hour these days. You need to watch out.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to rob you blind.
Package and 401k.
Like, brother, you're
Yeah.
just here to sell hot dogs,
Yeah.
man.
Not that deep. It's one thing that like I've had with it, and it's probably all ego, is like, how do I go from the concrete guy to the guy who's selling hot dogs, right? And like I mentioned this to a friend of mine, and he's like, dude, what's the markup?
Hmm.
And like you explain all this, and it's like, who gives a shit what you're doing? Look at the profits. Or look at like what you're getting behind and like being passionate about something or having fun with
No, no,
something. Like,
you're thinking of this all wrong.
yeah,
Do you want me to tell you how you should explain this to people? I have a bunch of things on my plate right now. I'm juggling a bunch of different things, and this is just one of them.
yeah,
Because that's also true,
yeah,
right? You're doing the
yeah.
handyman. You're probably still doing a little bit of power washing, even though you fell off with it. You do the concrete stuff.
Oh, it's the season.
Yep, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm well aware. And then you
Mhm.
do the hot dog stuff. Whatever. You. I think that you're allowed to say that you're an entrepreneur and that you have a bunch of things going on.
Yeah.
Why not? I think that sounds better than I went from the concrete guy to the hot dog guy. I'm gonna go out and say like I do like the idea of river dogs.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Don't
you?
steal it.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna go on my computer and look up LLC for river
We already
dogs.
formed it. It's good. It's yeah. No, but I just mean
Oh,
that in
that's
an
funny.
ego sense. It's
Yeah.
like it's almost like it's like I don't know. It's funny in a way. It's like, what? You sell hot dogs? But at the end of the day, if it's like, yo, man, that's what's paying the bills and putting food on the table and like giving what I want to provide for my family.
Mhm.
Because again, like when I was saying, like what do I want to do for my career? I may not be crystal clear on that, but how do I want to live?
Yeah,
You
that's the
know?
bigger thing. I've honestly been spending a lot of time thinking about that, of like not about the money, the title, the career.
Mhm.
It's like, how do I want to spend my time? And I can tell you right now that driving 3 hours a day fucking sucks, and I don't want to spend my time doing it.
Yeah.
So it's how can I find another way that frees up more of my time And it's really right now, it's just the driving thing. If I don't have to drive so far,
Yeah.
might have a different attitude and look differently. But man, right now, driving 3 hours a day, 4 days a week, that's 12, that's half a day. I lose half a day a week just driving.
And I tell you the flip side of that,
Sure.
I drive 2 hours down the shore. So I
Yeah.
drive 4 hours a day
Hmm.
and I absolutely love it.
Yeah. I mean, there's the thing, right?
Right?
Is if you enjoy it, if you
Effective.
look forward to going to it, then the time might not seem like such an issue. But yeah, just driving up to North Jersey
Well,
and
there's certain
back.
places that suck
Ooh,
driving too. Like anytime I
yeah,
gotta go west or
yeah,
north, I'm
yeah,
like, this sucks. If
yeah.
I'm going south
Mhm.
to a short town, I'm like, I don't
Well,
mind at all.
there's nobody on the road.
But,
Cruising
you put the
down.
podcast on, you put the
Yep,
YouTube, whatever
yep,
on, and it's like, that's my time alone,
yeah,
and I absolutely love it,
yeah.
and it's not a deterrent. Right.
That's
It's
gonna be
not like
funny.
somebody might be like, "Dude, you're gonna drive 4 hours a day?" I'm like, "Yes, absolutely. I
Can't wait
fucking
to get
love
there.
it." Yes. Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get there and sell some glizzies.
Slinging glizzies this summer. It's already a joke. Yeah, like, I already have people that are like, "Oh, I'm gonna be there."
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, it's great too, like, these relationships that we
Yep.
develop, right? It's
Yeah.
like, everybody wants everybody to win.
Yeah.
Those are the people that you wanna be around and
Yeah.
be associated with,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like everybody like, "Yo, get me a T-shirt." Like, I'll be there, I'll have my kids there, like, yo, the next thing I'm looking for is somebody to be like, "Yo, my son needs a job for the summer."
Hmm.
You know, that's all I really need.
Yeah, but I think that this is more a testament to you and just your character and the relationships that you've built. And like people just want to support you. So you're almost at the point right now where it's just like it kind of doesn't even matter what you do.
Right.
Like people are almost gonna will you into existence so that you win. And give me 1 second. I gotta wipe my dog's mouth because he's gonna slobber everywhere. My
Yeah.
wife's gonna yell at me. So
And I got gray sweatpants on.
oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
Selling glizzies down at the shore.
Yeah,
All
and,
right.
like, it's like it's a little bit of a sad thing, but it's like, I just wanna be able to, like, tell Brian,
Mm-hmm.
like, what's going on and what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
because the the day that we found out he died and I went home, and, like, the part that, like, really, like, crushed me was, like, I'm out back with my wife, and I'm like, he was my biggest supporter. Like, that dude was like, "You'll figure it out. Whatever you're doing, whether it's concrete or he was the one that was like, dude, you could be a life coach. Like, you're so motivating, like, whatever. Like, no matter what I was doing, that dude was my number one supporter.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, but all of us, everybody's like the same way in a sense, but like, I just like, I wish I could tell this dude like what's going on right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, I mean, let's be honest. He's still in your corner.
yeah,
He's still cheering for you.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I think to some extent, it probably motivates you even more to figure it the fuck out so that you make him proud.
Well, doesn't that stick in your head?
Mm-hmm.
Figure it out.
Sure does. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Cool, man.
yeah, so this summer is just going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make fun of it. I was telling you earlier, we had a Zoom meeting on like the structure of the mastermind now that it's a nonprofit and an official LLC.
Yep.
And the guys that are just like, look, you man, like you don't have a worry in the world. And I mean, dude, like, like I got it tattooed on my knuckles, right?
Yep.
Like live life.
Yep.
Because what in 50 years, 100, whatever, like none of it's going to matter.
Nope. Not at all.
Or the pale blue dot, right? It's like when you look at it that way, the problems are
They're nothing.
they're nothing.
Yeah. They're nothing. But people make them into big things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
like listen, life is life, right?
Mhm.
Like I get that. But how you live it and like because no one gets to their deathbed and goes like, I wish I would have worked more. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like I want to be in a
Well,
position or
let's spin it. Definitely not work more, but I would usually it's I wish I would have done more.
right.
Usually it's I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have took that chance.
Mm.
And then when they get to their deathbed, they're sitting there going, I wish I had just done more.
Yeah. So that's how I have to look at it as like I did concrete,
Hmm.
did trying to do
Check that
pools,
box. Yep. Check that
power
box.
washing.
Check that box.
I got a hot dog part.
All right. Check the box,
It's
baby.
next, you know what I'm saying? And not to sound like irresponsible, but
Yeah.
like who knows what's gonna say again, I made it this far.
Hmm.
Like I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, you'll figure it the fuck out.
Yeah.
You're just
But
gonna
this is
keep
just fun, dude. This is
yeah,
life. This is what life is for.
yeah.
It's not, we don't need to be brainwashed by society and like this work how many years of your career to retire and then what then you're gonna have fun?
Yeah, well, that's what kills me is like, especially thinking about my dad, union carpenter for 30, 40 years. And just like he worked and sacrificed his time and, most of his earnings so that, we could live the life that we did. But like he worked the whole time. And then when he retired when he was 65, he's like falling apart.
Yeah.
Right? His body, like he can't do it's like you work all this time and save all this money so that you can retire. And then when you retire, your body starts falling apart
You don't
and
want to
you
do
have no
anything.
quality of life. And it's just
Right.
like, all right, well, why did you just work the past 40 years? Because you're like saving and waiting and hoping for retirement, and then it gets there and you can't even do anything because you just have no health. And it's just like, I don't know if that's a good way to think and or live.
Absolutely not. And like, you could go down the rabbit hole of like whatever the Rothschild, like, you know what I mean? The education system. It's like they want a society of workers.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not thinkers or doers.
Yep.
Because that's a carrot dangled in the front of you of that, like the finish line is at retirement.
No, fuck that.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm living now.
Hmm.
You know, cliche YOLO.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna do it now. Well, I could keep up with my kids. Where like we can go surfing and we can go skiing and we can go, we're going to Great Wolf Lodge on Tuesday.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
oh, you're gonna pull the kids out of school for 3 days? Yeah, you're fucking
Yeah.
right, I am. Like instead of being in, in a jail cell of school
Yeah.
being taught,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole,
that's
but
another show.
yeah, it really is another show. But yeah, I forget what I was going to say, so I'll back off. It'll come to me.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Well, you got a new guy on the way.
Hmm.
How do you want to live your life with your offspring?
Hmm.
And do you want when your kid's in his 30s be like, oh, my dad was working all the time,
No, fuck that.
right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so, and you just brought back what I want to say is like, I feel like today, society and most of the United States like rewards builders and creators. And they like the school system doesn't train you for that. They
Mm.
train you to show up and push a button. But it's just like and exactly what you're doing. Like you're getting excited about and now granted, it's not rocket science, it's a hot dog cart. But like you're excited over the creativity of what you can do with that hot dog cart, the locations you can put it, and like how you can help people, provide value, give service to people. And it's just like that's the creative side to it. And I feel like a lot of business endeavors are like creative endeavors, right? Because there's the whole other side of like psychologically, like trying to find a problem that someone needs solved, and then getting them to choose you over other competitors. Coming up with the story of like, why are you better than the other person? What differentiates you from the other people? And it's just like, how do you justify your price? Well, there's so many factors that go into it.
Yeah.
But I think the other fun side is, as well as that, is like when you find product market fit, is like, all right, well, I only service 10 people now, but like, how can I get to 100? How can I get to 200? How can I get to 5,000, 100,000? And just like all of those systems, training people. And it's like that stuff excites me. And that's where I feel like business is really interesting is it kind of is a puzzle. It's a game that you can learn. And once you learn the skills, like you can take them everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, in the beginning, I thought you were like underselling yourself a little bit because here I don't know, you think I'm smart. I'm not that smart. I can assure you I'm not that smart. And I'm sitting here going, dude, you got 20 years worth of business experience. Like you have things to show for it. And it's just like all of those skills and lessons that you learned over those years. And it's just like, I don't have that. So I got to learn that from scratch. And
Yeah.
I got to find creative ways to like learn those lessons because those lessons need to be learned
Yeah,
no matter how you cut it.
well, I think the biggest lesson to be learned is like, what do you want to do and how do you want to live?
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I think that how you want to spend your time is
Yeah.
the most important one that most people overlook. And I told you, I've been spending a lot of time thinking about that. Besides the driving, it's also just, and I feel like a lot of people like want financial freedom, but I feel like it's more freedom of time. Like being able to, I don't feel
Yeah.
like going to work today. I just want to stay home. Right.
Right.
And being able, having systems and a business in place. Now, granted, it might not specifically turn out that way, but when you earn enough financially, you could always get to the point where it's just like, you know what, I had a good run. I'm tapping out, and it's just like now you can go do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah. Well, in a sense, you need the financial means to create that freedom,
Yep.
right? You can't say like I'm taking all these days off and with nothing supporting that lifestyle, right? So
Hmm.
it's a catch 22 kind of
Yep. Yeah.
unless you live minimally to where
Hmm.
you don't have so many attachments because again like that's your lifestyle is like,
Yep.
okay, well, like we live in a rancher.
Mhm.
I'm totally okay with that.
Mhm.
Like I'm able to have a boat.
Mhm.
You know, we go on multiple vacations.
Yep.
It's like the more you try to keep up with the Joneses or compare yourself to other people,
Yep.
like, could I use a bigger house? Of course I could.
Yep.
But I love the house that I'm in now and it works out just fine.
Yep.
I'd rather have a small house in Florence and then a short home, which another small thing, you know what,
Mhm.
rather than having like a mansion in Morristown or whatever, that I'm not even going to occupy most of the space in it
Yep.
because for me, it frees up the other things to do.
Yep.
You know, like we can go on vacations and we can do these things and we can pull the kids out of school. And every September, 2 weeks in the school, we go down the sea aisle and we spend a couple days. Like those are the things that's how I want to live. And
Yeah.
that's what I work for.
You spent time thinking about that though. Kind of like the process where you're going through right now, where it's just like you're trying to figure out what you want to do and what you don't want to do. It's also, and I spend a lot of time talking and thinking about it, but it's just like, what do you like and what do you not like? Like, what do you want to spend your money on and what do you not want to spend your money on? Talk to so many people where they're like, yeah, but like I want a Ferrari, I want the Lamborghini. And I'm like, but why? Like it's a car, it gets you from point A to point B. Maybe somebody that's what they love. They love cars, right?
Yeah,
They want that Mercedes or the BMW or whatever. Me, I don't give two shits
I'm
about
the
cars.
same.
I am not a car guy.
Nope.
I'm not a clothes guy. I don't care about shoes. I don't care about any of that shit. You know what I mean? I like doing things.
Yeah.
I like sports. I like playing golf. I like fishing. I
Mhm.
like weight training. So it's just like for me, like I'll spend money on those things. And I always say it's just like, if you really like golf and golfing's your favorite thing to do, like, all right, go out and buy like if going and buying a $10,000 set of golf clubs like brings you joy, use it all the time, it makes you feel good. Yeah, do it. But
Yeah.
like, if you're not like that financially free, then like you can't go buy a $10,000 set of golf clubs and you can't buy the Ferrari and you can't buy a 10,000 square foot house and you can't buy so it's like you need to be selective with what you're choosing to spend your money on.
Sure. Yeah.
But a lot of people don't think about that. They think that they need everything because that's what the Joneses have, right? The Kardashians have everything under the sun, so I need everything under the sun, and it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. But I wonder how you think they're miserable,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
They're probably still going like, ah. The same thing. I'm not a car guy whatsoever. Like I like the new Kia, the sporty looking one. I think it's called a Stinger.
Mhm,
Totally okay with that, or the $30,000 Tesla. Like I
mhm,
think those are cool. That's on my vision board.
mhm.
But like I have 5 kids.
Yeah,
Is that practical?
yeah,
Like not to mention, it's like for what?
yeah.
Those are like symbols of
They're
success
status.
that, yeah, it's like,
Status.
is it or isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, for what it's worth, Sean, we haven't made it there yet. So maybe when we get there, things will look different. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna go so far to say that I don't think I would care even if I was there.
Yeah. No, no. I like, a new Suburban might be cool just to fit everybody in. And
Hey, listen, we had the what was it? It was the Dodge Grand Caravan. We
yeah,
had the minivan, baby. We used to go
yeah,
on vacations with that sucker when I was a kid.
those things are pretty practical these
Mhm.
days.
Yeah, they were. I think my neighbor across the street actually, he doesn't even have any kids at home. He just has that instead of a truck.
Right. Yeah.
He just loads all
It's
of his
easier to
stuff
get
up.
stuff in
Yeah,
and out of.
and it's covered, so it doesn't get
Yeah.
wet or anything.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah,
freaking
yeah,
funny.
yeah. Yeah, but that's funny of like what you think's going to make you happy
Hmm.
and to put an item with that, it's like that for me doesn't matter whatsoever. It's like knowing that I'm going to do this with my kids, knowing that. So like if I back up a little bit and the whole thing behind the shore is something that I can't explain or I can try to, but there's a sense and a feeling of nostalgia every time I'm down the shore
Hmm.
that never gets old,
Hmm.
and I hope that my kids get that, even if it's not the shore, just with something in life.
Yep.
Like that's the whole reason, is the whole only thing that like drives me. It's like if I'm in Wildwood, it's like I remember one of my first memories of being in like a hotel with my cousins and all, and like I get that every time I'm down there. It's why I
Yeah.
love being down there so much. It could be a memory from 40 years ago, or it can be a memory from 4 days ago. It's just like that feeling that I get from being down there. Like that's what I that's what I shoot for. And like I know that the more memories that I make down there moving forward is only going to like,
Like increase their desire to want to be down there.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when Dad had a hot dog cart down in
Yeah.
Wildwood?
We'd go down there like 3 times a week during the summer.
Yeah, Dad would have surfboards in the back of the truck. Like
Uh-huh.
that's what I'm looking to do.
Yep.
Like it's Dana White says it. It's like this interviewer asks him like what do you want or what do you work for? And it's like I just want my kids to think I was a good dad.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like I
Mhm.
that's really like all I want. It's hard now
Oh,
as they're little, and it's so hard not to yell like
yeah.
because they just like they're animals. But like that's it, man. You know, because they don't care how much money you make.
Mhm.
They
No.
care that you're if you're not there.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yep.
You know, they
Yep.
want to know that you guys did shit and you just had fun. Like
Yep.
that's all I really want to provide.
So that's what's on my plate in the future?
That's it.
Trying to be a good dad?
That's it.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's the secret?
Do you want your kid going to therapy?
No. Not at
My
all.
dad was a drunk who was never there, and when he was, he beat me. And like, you know what I mean? Like that's avoid that. You
Character
know?
building. Yeah. The
Yeah.
answer, of course, is no. Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
You want your dad to be there. You want dad to be there. You want the experiences.
Yeah.
You want like going and doing things, adventuring, outdoors, like all that stuff.
Bro, most of the things down the shore may not have even happened if, again, like looking back at it, and it makes sense. If my parents didn't get divorced and like my dad moved to Ocean City
Mhm.
and then moved to Longport, and it's like a lot of my experiences down the shore came from my dad being there
Mhm.
and like us going with my dad and like doing shit. Like I
Yep.
had dirt bikes with my dad,
Yep.
you know, so like that opened up that whole world.
Yep.
Like, you know, it's just like a lot of good memories and a lot of things came from like my dad being in my life, you
Mhm.
know. So it's like that's all you kind of have to do for your own kids.
Hey man, I second the whole beach house thing. I want to buy a second beach house
We might
so
have to
bad.
go partners on it because it's everything's like $1 million.
Well, I think challenge accepted to make enough money to be able to earn a place down at one of those shore towns. But yeah, I mean, we never went down to Wildwood that much, but it was always like LBI. We'd always go to LBI. We'd always go to like Lavalette and Seaside. We went there all the
Mm,
time, walking the boardwalk. We'd always get the pizza. I can't believe, oh, what's the Marukas? We would always go to Marukas. And actually, my brother, because he just had kids, he started bringing his kids there,
yeah.
and we go to Maruka's, and I'm like, this place is still the
Is
same.
that Seaside?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got the same.
Okay.
It's the same pizza. It
Yeah.
still tastes just the same as I remember when we used to go there. And like,
Mm,
walking the boardwalk, getting that like Maruka pizza and the salt water, like the moisture in the air, like
right?
yeah, and I don't know what it is, but brother, walking on that boardwalk, smelling the sausage, peppers, and onion,
Dude, you just took the
holy!
words
I
out of my
knew
mouth.
I saw your eyes light
Dude,
up. We were on the
I was
same
hoping
page.
you were going to say it's the
Yeah,
peppers and onions
I don't the salt water and the moisture in the air mixed with
with
whatever
a little bit of sunburn, maybe too.
you got some suntan lotion,
Yeah.
with a little bit getting in your eyes and in your mouth. And then, oh my God, those sausage, peppers, and onions, they're always cooking them. It always smells so good.
There's places on the Wildwood Boardwalk, they're called the hot spots.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And you would walk by and you would see them behind the glass and the aroma is so
Mm-hmm.
I could be wherever. I could be at a carnival or I could be and the moment I smell that, it takes me right back. I can't put words to describe
No.
that. But to me, that's nostalgia, right?
And
Like and that's
the funny part is it's not the same as if I cook sausage, peppers, and onions at
oh
home.
no.
When you
No, no.
smell it on the boardwalk with the salt water, it's different.
Yeah.
I swear it's
And
different.
those are the memories that like kind of stand out, right? Like
Yeah.
that probably took you right back to your childhood and you were just like, holy shit, this is great.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's what I live for,
And
dude.
then the other thing, which I laugh because every single time that me and my wife go to the boardwalk, I think it's Coors, the
Ice
orange
cream.
ice cream,
Hmm.
the orange ice cream. I used to
Yeah.
get that every single time we went to
Where
the
you get the
boardwalk.
twist with the vanilla, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. You can see the line.
Are they
Ocean
open?
City, Wildwood. It's
You
like
want to go there right now? Let's just go there right
they're open.
now.
Uh,
Seaside's open. We can get some. We'll scope out some glizzy spots for you, or we can put that glizzy cart.
you guys got any hot dog guys around?
You can get a stranglehold in Seaside and Wildwood, and
Dude, that's
you
the
can get the
plan.
river dogs going.
That's the plan. Yeah. Should set up in each shore town.
No, that's freaking funny.
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move away from glizzies. What about fitness stuff? You still been going to the gym? I know you've been going to Attila. What have you been up to?
You know I'm still going to the
Mm-hmm.
gym.
I mean, looking at you here, I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's, Team 85 is like the home base, I guess.
Yeah, when's the last time you were there?
It's been a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
but you because going down the shore all the time. And then like, dude, I'll be honest, like for $25 a month, Planet Fitnesses are everywhere.
Yeah.
So like I got a membership there too.
You got Team 85, Planet Fitness, and Atilis.
Yeah. And I had Edge, but I canceled them. It's just convenient, you know?
I mean, I understand convenience,
I
but
was out in
what are you paying?
Whippany.
Like $200 a month in freaking gym memberships?
Nah, well, Team 85 is getting a little out of hand.
Yeah. And like what I was telling you, like they don't take care of that freaking place.
Yeah.
They don't like the roof's leaking, the equipment is all broken. They haven't updated anything besides the stairmasters and treadmills, and it's just like I don't know if it justifies the price anymore, personally. But if there was a better gym nearby, I would go to it.
Yeah. Well, the
But
thing
there's kind of
is,
not.
yeah. Well, you need like a Life Fitness or a Fusion or,
Hmm.
because we enjoy the sauna.
Yep.
Um, what else?
Hey,
Somebody needs a cold plunge. Somebody has to put a cold plunge in the gym.
I've been throwing around the idea of buying a couple acres, throwing a huge pole barn on there, and then just building my own gym
You won't.
and making it like a fitness club.
I'll join.
Will you?
Yeah, I'll join.
Yeah.
Did you get a little key code thing?
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Hmm.
Get a key card.
Get a cold plunge, put a sauna in there.
Yeah.
And then I like the idea of you could even have like a little section where there's offices back there, and then you could do like masterminds and stuff there.
Bro.
Put
Yeah.
put put the podcast studio in there for when we get
Exactly.
famous.
Yeah. You don't even need to get famous. Just enjoy doing it, right? And
Mhm.
that'll come afterwards.
I
Um,
mean, if somehow I could find a way to get any money off of this thing, I would 100% put it towards a pole barn gym.
yeah.
And I like the idea of it. One of the guys at the gym was telling me about like the honeycomb farms. I don't know if you're familiar with
I
it
think you
over
were
in
telling me
Morganville.
about it.
And he was kind of trying to do that where it was like it was more for like, successful rich people. But I like the idea of it where it was like a community. So he had his own little gym set up. It had like a sauna, cold plunges. I think he had like a massage therapist there. But then he also had a whole farm where he grew all fresh ingredients and then
Mhm.
had a chef that would cook everyone like meals with the fresh ingredients from the farm. I was like, that's actually a pretty cool idea, right? Because it's like farm to table, right? Like homegrown on there. But it was really just about the idea of like trying to find like wholesome ways to bring a community together.
Yeah.
I don't know if I subscribe to the whole farming thing, but I like the idea of like trying to build a fitness community, like finding a place. And this is my idea. No one steal it. It probably already exists, right? But it's just like building a gym and then having a fairly premium membership, but like having a very high quality gym with the sauna, the cold plunges, shower, and like nice bathrooms and everything. And you don't let everyone in, you let a very select group of people in, but then you also run other events off of that. Like through that community, you could also do like ski trips or organize races or swim, and like do other things besides just like going to the gym there
Yeah.
and do
Yeah.
it with people that you enjoy spending time with. Like I like going to the gym. I like bullshit and banter with the guys on the weekends.
Right.
Right now, if I could get that with like a core group of people that I see every single either day or weekend, like that sounds fucking awesome. I'd love to do that.
Yeah. And it's out there right now. It's just a little scattered. You would just have to reel it in to do it.
Hmm.
Because I'm sure that every person that you know would be
Hell
I'm
yeah.
already thinking like, yeah, sign me up. You know, I do like the idea of the farm to table thing just because it's like you go to the gym, you're trying to live a certain lifestyle, and then you go out into the world and you're like, Jesus Christ, the only thing convenient is Wawa and fast food.
Yep.
So it's like it defeats the purpose in a way.
Yep.
So to have something like that, when you talk about a community and a lifestyle, it's like everything's right there,
Hmm.
you know?
Yep.
But I do love, like I don't know. I don't know if I want to call them fads or whatever, but like the cold plunge and then the sauna thing, it's like those things like excite me, and like I'm always like
Dude, I'm
cool
all
to
for
like
it.
try them out and all. Like
Hmm.
I got the freezer in my garage and
Hmm.
I got the sauna in my basement.
Hmm.
But the only problem with that is like when they're in your house and so easy to use, you end up not using them.
Oh, I know. Well, that's why I'm a big proponent of going to the gym. Like
Yeah.
I always tell everyone, like, just sign up for the gym. They're like, but it costs money. I'm like, there's other things besides the money that like makes you go to the gym.
Hmm.
I'll go through them. So that I've been thinking about this a lot recently.
Let's
Number
hear 'em.
one is, if you're having trouble going to the gym, literally just going to the gym, like that's a barrier in and of itself. But
Right.
if you can just get to the gym, walking into the gym, like you'll do something. Just walk on the treadmill for 10 minutes, right? So
Yeah.
like once you're there, you'll probably do something. The second part is you have to pay for it. So you might as well get your money's worth, right? That's a motivator because why would you spend all this money on a gym membership and then not use it? So like,
Yeah.
all right, get your ass in the gym. Uh, the third, I'd argue, maybe the most important part is just a community. Like if you actually go there and you're intentional and meet people who are fitness people, like-minded, live that lifestyle, it makes it easier for you to stay in shape,
Yeah. Oh
right?
yeah. Because there's accountability,
Yeah,
you
100%.
know?
Well, I think even besides that, you know, I'm a psychopath. I go every single day when the gym opens. No ifs, ands, or buts.
No, but obviously there are a lot of people that need
Mhm.
a little more accountability or discipline
Mhm.
than you.
Yep.
They would need someone like you
Yep.
to
They
and
they
hold them
they
accountable.
need someone like me with you to give you shit every single time you're not at the gym when it opens,
Yeah.
and then I'm giving you crap and texting you,
Uh,
"Hey, how come you're not at the gym?"
and that's why I just fire back with a picture from another gym, just to let you know that I am at a gym, just not at your gym.
For the record, it's a couple hours later.
Oh yeah. But dude, when you get into that routine, that is the best way to start your day.
Oh, yeah.
There is nothing better than showing up at the gym at 5 a.m., doing your workout,
Yep.
hitting the sauna,
Mhm.
getting a shower, and being ready for the day
Oh, yeah.
before anybody even gets up.
Oh, it's the best
Like
feeling
all
in the
that
world.
talk
Mhm.
of whoever influencer, like the 5 a.m.
Mhm.
morning is by far the best way to like live your life.
Yeah,
You know?
I was just writing about it this morning.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing beats waking up super early before the sun gets up. Like doing something really fucking hard that
Mhm.
pushes you and challenges you, whether it's a hard run, whether it's a really grueling workout, whether it's deadlifting a shit ton of weight, whether it's going on a bike or a swim, or just hopping into a cold plunge. I think it's really important to do something uncomfortable and you have to like force yourself to do it. Well, I know
I thought we were
I'm
getting a
all for the
video,
shirt.
is why I wore this shirt.
Well, I'll take a snap of you with the shirt on, and that can
Okay.
be like the thumbnail
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll leave it on there as when I put it on YouTube and the whole video is playing. It'll just be your smirk
Just
with that shirt.
yeah.
Get uncomfortable to grow.
Perfect.
Well, I
Well,
think,
I was just going to say, like, even like the hard things that you're talking about,
yeah.
for a lot of people, it's just getting up at 5 a.m.
Oh, I'm all
You
right.
know, like that's
Yeah,
a hard thing to do too.
I guess. When you do it every single day, it gets pretty easy.
Oh, wait until this kid comes along and you're not in bed by 8:30 every night.
Honey, close your ears.
When you got kids running around, you're trying to do a bath time routine and they're like not getting into bed till 10 o'clock.
We'll cross that bridge when I get to it. For now, I'll wake up every single day at 4:30 and go to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's a great way to live.
How's your hip doing though?
My what?
Your hip,
Still hurts.
yeah, still jacked up? You been doing any of the stretches that I showed you?
I have.
Okay.
And incorporating some more. And I got the massage balls that you recommended.
Ooh, oh, hell yeah. I love when you buy my balls.
Yeah. Play with your balls.
Roll around on them.
Yeah. It's like, all right, so I got a buddy who's a personal trainer, right? And I'd be like, yo, bro, like my hips like hurting.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, but what happened to
Yeah.
it to make it hurt?
Yeah.
So now it's like we can't necessarily train it or uh, help it until we know what's going on.
Yeah.
I think I told you I went to a muscle corrective doctor,
Yeah.
and he said there's a band. I don't know if it's the psoas or one of those bands that goes through your groin. It's kind of like from your pelvic area down to your thigh.
Yep.
He said that's what that was like flipped up on its side.
Oh.
So he like massaged my leg and flipped it back over. It's a very painful thing, but it's real quick.
Hmm.
I've done it before when I pulled a muscle in my chest.
Oh.
It's like you get muscles that are sometimes out of place. That's where you get like a clicking and like whatever. And this
Yeah.
guy puts them back into place.
Oh, no
It's
shit.
great. Well, I probably a week later, it was like back to how it was. So,
Yeah.
like, what is it that I'm doing that keeps causing this thing to do it?
Yeah.
Now, I told you that I sometimes drive 4 hours a day. So, is it the way that I'm
Right.
sitting while I'm driving?
Yeah, it
You know,
doesn't
how I
help.
got this happens to a lot of people. Like, you favor one side and
Yep.
like, I'm pouring concrete for the last 25 years. I'm sure hasn't helped.
That's what I was gonna say. You're like, "Oh, what caused this?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "I don't know, maybe pouring concrete for 25 years, that might have
Yeah,
done
yeah.
it." But,
There's
let's
just
let's
one
look past that.
side, you know what I mean? Like my low back hurts all the time, whatever. That's understandable.
Yeah.
And I could contribute it to something, but like my left hip, what is going on in my left hip that I get this pain? So I'm still just like struggling. And I'm like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to go to like a doctor, like a quote unquote just
They're gonna
doctor.
say surgery.
Right.
That's the first thing they're gonna
Yeah.
say.
I want like a massage therapist. I want somebody that's like could specialize in something like that.
Yeah.
Certain stretches, like because the stretches that I think are working, sometimes I'm in more pain the next day.
Yep.
So I really need to put a finger on like what exactly it is.
Yeah. Well, I think, the answer is just you gotta stretch and do the soft tissue work every single day. And I was laughing because I was talking about you today, where I was helping one of the guys out at the gym. He was having like back problems. And I was like, me, I manually massage you. Ooh.
Make a
But
scream.
make it see. Well, anyway, I was going to like touch his quadricep And I was just like, "Oh yeah, you're a little tight here." And he's just like, "Tight? How the fuck do you know I'm tight?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, like, you're pretty good." But I was just like, when I went to go touch Shawn's leg the one time, and I was just like, "All right, dude, now relax." And you were like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "All right, yeah, really relax." You're like, "I am relaxed." I'm like, "You're not flexing
Uh,
as hard as you can right now." You're like, "No." I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh, you should fix that."
The outside of my legs are like this countertop.
Yeah, dude, you gotta roll those things out. You gotta loosen them up.
I know, but it
Stretch
hurts,
it.
man.
Ah,
It's
how is
painful.
it
I know.
you're uncomfortable to go?
I
You
know.
gotta break those suckers down so
I
that they
know. I
go
think
back
I'm starting to
better.
develop like that like cowboy stance. It's my legs so tight. So yeah, dude, you're off the horse, man. Come on.
Waddling around.
Yeah. You start getting get bow legged.
Funny.
Yeah, but like gym's good. Gym's always been good. But like I said, I've been naturally gifted with just like
I just look like I'm a chiseled statue all times
well,
of
listen,
year
I don't
without
ever have
doing
to
anything.
I don't have to worry about like getting fat. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it'll
No,
never
lucky you.
happen.
Speak for one of us.
But it's a main thing in my life. It's important,
Mhm,
like I go to the gym so I can look good, on the beach with my shirt off or like for my wife, like that, those kinds of things.
mhm.
And that'll never, well, knock on wood, but like I don't think that'll ever go away.
Yeah.
So my goal is like to be 185 and just like
What do
stay
you weigh right now?
probably like 180.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you want to gain 5 pounds of muscle?
Yeah. So my problem's eating
That's
too,
easy.
is
Oh,
yeah.
oh, mine too.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Mine's
That's
lack
my
of.
that's my problem too. Oh yeah, I don't have that problem.
I don't eat the right stuff. I never meal prepped. I never did macros, like that kind of thing.
You never meal prepped?
No, never. Maybe for a day.
That's crazy. I can't believe you've never
Maybe I
meal
took a
prepped
peanut
before.
butter and jelly sandwich to work.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I meal prep all the time. I have the opposite problem. I am a fat piece of shit. I think since I'm gonna say it's past October. I think it was like November. Since November until now, I gained like 20 pounds. I eat everything.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Well, the funny part is my goal right now is I want to by June I want to drop down to 180.
Yeah,
Hmm.
cool.
So we're gonna be the same size in
Let me
June.
get 5 of your pounds.
Hmm.
We'll
Oh,
just
you can
make a
take
trade.
you can you because right now I weigh 220, so you can take 40 of them. You can
Well,
take all
listen,
40.
I get the high metabolism thing. So I have to continuously eat
Hmm.
to gain any weight. And yeah,
Yeah, I ain't got that.
yeah. Dude, it's funny. It's like skinny dudes that don't want to be skinny have the same complex as like fat people that don't want to be fat. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like in my head, it's like I don't want to look like a crackhead.
Yeah.
Like when you're too skinny, in my mind, it's just as bad as somebody who wants to lose weight. He wants to play.
Yeah, I know. Pup wants to play. He's got to lay down though, because we're doing a podcast. Can you say hello, Jaxie? Hello. Don't do that. Look, I'm gonna have to stop the podcast so I can play with you.
Uh,
Well, listen, I've never had a problem eating food. I eat too much food. So, this is probably a good segue into what are your fitness goals for 2026? Do you have any? Said you want to gain 5 pounds. You want to get up to 185?
I want to be 185, but I want to be like not always so much in pain.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to incorporate a lot more stretching than what I'm already doing.
There you go. When are you coming to Team 85 so I can stretch you?
Yeah. The problem with that is I won't get to work out. I'll be stretching the whole time.
You're not wrong, but stretching might make you actually feel better so you
Yeah.
don't feel like shit.
Yeah. So like the shoulders, it's like somewhat healed,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll get like like
Do
a
you ever get
tweak every now and then.
do you ever get your bicep fixed?
No,
You dummy.
no, I just take peptides instead.
How was that doing?
I don't know, dude. This time around, I'm not feeling it or seeing as much progress, and I've been on them longer than my first time around.
Yeah.
Like, listen, if this thing's like a tear or attached somewhere else, it's
Hmm.
like it's done when it's done.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what else I can ask for.
Surgery to put it, back together
No, I'm
correctly.
not doing that, right? Because I got a $5,000 deductible and I'm not paying it. For certain movements, like if I push out, palm up, push out, any weight behind it, I'll feel it in that bicep.
Hmm.
And I don't know if it tears a little more each time or what, but like that's when I'll feel it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But other than that, it's like it's just the low back pain, the hip pain, stop limping.
Yeah, but because you got the low back and the hip pain, you still do all the stretches that I showed you? Have you been doing like the glute medius like strengthening stuff that I showed you.
I try to.
Otherwise, video 2.0 is going to be right over in this corner, and I'll show you all of it.
Yeah, like I'll YouTube like, male hip pain or whatever, and like I'll do all those stretches. Right. I've even asked ChatGPT.
What pops up when you say male hip stretches?
Oh, I'm Nate Goggins. Apparently that dude has
That's
a daily 2-hour stretch routine that
oh,
he
yeah.
does.
Well, he's a savage. He's David Goggins.
Yeah. Who the fuck's got 2 hours a day to stretch?
I mean, 2 hours, no, but I mean, you know, I'm sure I've told you this. I tell everyone this. 1 minute's better than zero. Two's better than one. Five's better than two. Ten's better than five. You can do a lot in 10 minutes, man.
Yeah. And that's what I've been doing.
Good.
Like winter times are depressing for me. It's like when winter rolls around and the sun's down by 5 p.m.
Yeah,
Like I just want the time to fly by so my kids can go to bed and I can go to bed.
Yep.
And it sucks.
Yep.
But with that being said, I'm looking for things to do all the time. So I grab the massage ball and I'll even just like sit on my coffee table
Yep.
and just sit on that thing and
Yep.
go like, wow,
Yep.
like why does my ass hurt so
Yep.
bad? Or
Yep.
like why is the outside of my thighs so tight?
Yeah. Good.
So like I have been doing more and it's basically only because you said to get those massage balls.
Good, man.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's a good start.
Try to hang every day.
Oh, good. That's
Yeah.
good too. Yeah, keep doing that.
It's great because as soon as I release,
Mhm.
my low back pops.
Yep. That probably feels great.
It does.
Yeah.
But then it's like, why does it go right back?
Well, I mean, there was a thing where like if you take your height and then you go for a run and you measure your height again, like you're shorter just because when you're running, impacting the ground, it compresses your spine.
Yeah,
You'll
I'm
be a
trying to
little
get
bit
taller,
shorter.
bro. I hang every day.
I don't know if it works that way, but it'll definitely
It
help with
does too.
some of the compression in your skin.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's some things that like I've been doing consistently that I've now disciplined myself to do.
Okay, sweet.
I'm at the gym more than I'm not. So
That's
not
a
like I'm
plus.
like once a week kind of thing. I would love to be there 5, 6 days a week, but it's a consistent at least 3 days a week.
That's pretty good though. You go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or
No,
however it
it's
just
just
ends up
however,
being
yeah.
done. Yeah.
And that's the advantage and the benefit of having multiple gym memberships. Like
Yep.
I was up in Whippany, New Jersey
Yep.
last week, and it was like, oh, there's a Planet Fitness 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
So
Swing there for a
that's
quick workout.
yeah, yeah. One of the downsides of only having one location for
Yep.
Team 85.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I'm lucky because like my work has a gym at it.
Yeah.
So and they got showers. So I haven't been going to Team 85 in the mornings. I've been driving up there because I miss all the traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If I
I remember
drive
you
up
saying that.
there after the gym, it was taking me like an hour and a half. Now when I drive up there at 4:30, it only takes me like 55 minutes. Yeah. And then I work out there, I shower, and then I don't have to worry about driving. I just go and start working.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Convenience, bro.
I mean, I wish there was, I mean, there's an Equinox up there, but the sign up for the Equinox, bro, Equinox is like $300 a month.
For what?
Yeah, I know. Why? Yeah, it's great.
Do you get like a personal masseuse with that or
Maybe I don't know. I didn't look into it. That
300?
doesn't Lifetime do that?
I don't know. Do they?
I don't know. Why else would people go to Lifetime?
It's just like another Team 85. It's just further down south.
Yeah, it's in Mount Laurel, right? There's also one in Princeton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the brand new one they just put in Red Bank.
Oh, it's like they make them like more of these like family
Yep.
oriented, but like
Yep.
which is great about Team 85. Like when we get in that winter funk, it's like, yo, we're taking the kids to the pool.
Yep.
Let them go in the field house and run around like animals for a little bit.
Yep.
The pool kind of break up the winter blues.
Yep.
Yeah, like that part's great about it, but yeah, they got to do some more things for the members.
I think so too.
Yeah, some more upgrades.
Yeah. But anyway, moving past that, I'll tell you my goals
Here we go.
because you never ask.
Because I heard them on your podcast last
Ah,
time.
shit. All right. So
Stop acting like I'm
I'll
being
s-
selfish here.
You listen to it?
Yeah.
You're the one view.
I did share it too.
Did you?
Send it to Brian Gaddis. Yep.
Oh, no shit. He listened to it?
Yeah.
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 What do you guys think? Give me feedback. Real time.
I said it was great. I'm
Yeah.
like, look, there's nothing better than a friend who's like accountable
Mhm.
and like sets goals and like tries to hold to them. Because if not, dude, then what are they? They're all just pipe dreams, Like you
Yep.
need those people in there, like,
Yep.
what are your goals? And that prompted me to ask Shawnee what his goals were,
Good.
and then him ask me.
Good.
It gets like, look at how many people you affected by one video.
All right, cool. Well, let's keep that magic rolling then.
Yeah.
So I'll probably reiterate if you listen to my podcast, that other one, a lot of the same stuff. But yeah, I really want to drop down to 180 pounds.
Hmm.
So there's that Eat Clean Bro race I told you last year.
Yeah.
I ran it. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, I want to try to win it this year. It was like
Yeah.
3.5 miles up and down this fucking huge hill that they have at their house. But yeah, I think the guy who won it ran like 6 minute miles. I think if I could run 6 minute mile, 3.5 miles, 6 minute miles, I was just like, I'll be in some pretty good fucking shape. And I can
Yeah.
tell you one thing, I ain't doing that at 220. So I got to drop down to 180 because there's 0% chance I can run at this weight.
Uh-huh.
I also want to do the half marathon.
Yeah.
That's in April. So I've already started training for that a little bit. Next week, starting tomorrow, I'm doing a 5 day water fast.
Ooh.
Ooh, so
Oh,
5 days, only electrolytes.
tough.
Yeah, I did 4 before,
Yeah.
but yeah, I wanna try to do the whole week. I want to do 5 days.
I don't know if I've never gotten to that point yet, but for me, the
Hmm.
mental clarity hasn't come.
Hmm.
Like I've talked to people, like
How
good
long did you do it
friends.
for?
So I've done the 3 day like juice fast.
No, you got to do no juice.
Okay.
Literally just water. Water,
But I'd be like,
electrolytes.
I'd be going nuts,
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
and foggy.
So what I've noticed is when I do it, and I don't really prepare for it. I kind of just jump in and just start doing it. But like the first day, skipping that first meal is fucking hard,
Hmm.
right? You get the hunger pangs. You're like, oh shit, like I normally eat. What do I do? You feel like a crack addict. You're like, oh, I need food. I need food. Just give me a crack. Yeah. And then after that, it's just like, oh, actually, I kind of feel okay. Usually the first night, you sleep pretty good. The second day, I still go to the gym the whole time too.
Yeah.
So like the first 2 or 3 days, I work out, but then after that, you're too fatigued. You can't work out, and you shouldn't really work out. You're probably gonna hurt yourself.
Really?
Yeah, you don't have that much energy, but that's the
You
whole
don't think the
point.
ketones are like kicking in and like giving you that
Um,
stored energy?
I mean, yes, but also like the whole point is recovery. Don't hurt
Okay.
yourself. You can't push it to the limit without the calories. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you can push pretty far, but I don't think that you should really be like putting in your maximal effort. It's probably not gonna end too well.
Yeah.
But anyway, the second day is usually pretty easy. I think the biggest eye-opening thing when I did that first 4 day fast was like how much time you spend around food-related activities, right? Because you don't realize it's lunchtime. All right, well, you got to think about what do I want for lunch? And then you got to go, all right, let me get all the ingredients for lunch. And it's all right, well, I got to cook lunch. And then you got to sit there and you got to eat lunch. And then,
Hmm.
oh, I finished lunch. I got to clean up lunch. And
Yeah.
it's just like, I know I use lunch. Dinner's probably the better example, but
Right.
like, you don't realize that like that kind of takes like 2 hours,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So, well, what do you do with 2 hours
Yes.
that you don't have to do anything? And
Yeah.
it's just like, well, I would try to find other ways, reading and like doing things, but it's just like, I think I was doing like programming. I was practicing programming
Yeah.
like a little program, and I was just like laser focused for like
What?
5 hours. I couldn't look away from
Yeah.
this thing.
I gotta
Well,
try this again.
it was part because I wanted to distract myself, but also like I just my mind was just like so honed in, I couldn't look away.
Huh.
So yeah, like that second and third day I thought were like pretty good. I was pretty laser focused. The only thing that I realized was I don't really sleep that good. My
Hmm.
sleep kind of sucks. So like it's pretty fragmented. I won't get like a full night's sleep. Um, but I mean afterwards, I think the benefits of like when you're done with it, you just feel so good
Yeah.
because you just like got all the garbage out of your body,
Right.
all of that food, like you don't have anything in your bowels, and it gives
Mhm.
you like a clean slate to start from.
And what will you typically break your fast with?
Well, the last time I did it, I had a
Cheeseburger?
huge no, 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 silly goose. Don't do that. You need
I
like
know not to do
nice,
that.
nice, full, wholesome food. So I think when I broke it last time, I did a nice salad with artichoke hearts, and I had just like uh oil and vinegar,
Mm.
and then I ended up making a delicious prime rib steak ribeye
Oh, yeah. Okay.
with some mushrooms. And that's basically, and you know, they say you're not supposed to eat a lot, but
Yeah.
I housed like an entire fucking meal. I was just so
Yeah.
goddamn hungry. And the funny part was, so there's an asterisk here. I was supposed to do four days, and 4 days technically would have been like 5 or 6 o'clock at night.
Right.
But I started meal prepping for the week because I needed food for the week.
Yeah.
And I meal prepped it, and I'm just sitting there like mouths watering. I'm like, oh my God, this all looks, it smells
Yeah.
good. And then my wife ended up coming home, and I was just like, I'm so sorry, honey. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Can we please do dinner? I need to eat dinner now. She was like, all right, geez, go cook. So then
Yeah.
I went and cooked, and yeah, it was like 2:30 or 3 o'clock. So like technically I quit a little bit early, but
Right.
oh my God, it was so good to eat
Yeah.
all that delicious food.
It didn't make you sick or
Uh,
anything, right?
no,
Eating that
no,
much?
nope,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, I don't know what anyone said. I felt great.
Yeah.
I felt like $1 million after I ate that freaking
What is
steak.
the whole point behind like easing into it? Is it like your stomach shrank kind of
Yeah,
thing, or
yep,
like that's
yep,
it?
yeah. for the most part.
So don't overstuff yourself and get sick.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. Like that's one of the benefits, right? Is like especially if you've been eating 3 meals a day for 20, 30, 40, however many years, right?
Yeah.
It's like you've trained yourself to your body gets that timing. And if you skip that timing, it starts freaking out.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too is you're always filling your stomach up. So your body's so used to it's always, expanding and being full at those times.
Mhm.
So especially if you overeat like I do, like shrinking your stomach's a big deal. That's one of the biggest things for me is when I eat like, I like the really full feeling. I love that feeling.
Yeah.
So, like, now when you do the fast, you eat a little bit of food, you get that really full feeling. And it's like, all right, but I didn't eat the same amount of food that I did before I started the fast. So now I need less food to feel full.
Right.
And that is good for me. Like, I need more of that. The other thing too
But
is
apparently it didn't have that effect on you because
no,
you housed the
not
stomach.
anything. Well, I told you, Sean, I'm a fat piece of shit. All right, I eat a lot of food. I can help myself. But yeah, this time around, I'm hopefully going to learn my lesson and ease into it a little bit better.
I'll let me
Not
know
eat
when
like
you're
a
doing
giant.
it. I'd like to try strictly water. Is it black coffee too?
You can do black
Because
coffee.
I am a caffeine junkie,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I, everyone will probably go, "Oh, it's not a real fast," but
Yeah.
I do pre-workout in the morning. So I do pre-workout, I go work out, and then besides that, I do the LMNT electrolytes, and that's it. So it'd
Okay.
be pre-workout, so that I get the caffeine. Technically, it has calories and a little bit of sugar in there,
Yeah.
but like in my opinion, marginal.
Yeah.
And then everything else, nope, nothing, no food, no celery sticks, no anything. I just do but what I find with the electrolytes is like it gives you a little boost energy,
Yeah.
so that way your cells in your body's functioning with what it actually needs, the sodium, potassium, magnesium. But also, it's really nice breaking up the monotony of just drinking plain water.
Yeah.
So
Now,
again,
can you put
something
lemon in or no?
lemon should be good. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do lemon if you want to. Just give it that little bit of flavor.
Yeah.
But yeah, like zero food, 0 calories
Yeah.
for the most
Okay.
part.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to do it starting tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
bro, I'm gonna be out all night plowing. I'm gonna be in no shape to go into a water
All
fast.
right, all right. Start on Tuesday then.
Well, we got a Great Wolf Lodge on Tuesday.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
next week then.
sounds like you're full of excuses, huh?
You don't want an angry dad at the inside water park. Yeah.
I can plan one a little bit later. We can do one later
Sweet.
in the later.
Are you definitely doing it?
Yeah, 100%. I convinced like
No, I mean like tomorrow.
yeah, I convinced like 5 people on my team to do it this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got a couple people that are doing 2 days. Like I think one person's doing 3 days.
Maybe I'll
And
start with a 2-dayer.
all right, yeah,
Yeah.
do 2 days is easy. Yeah, you skip that first meal, go into the nighttime,
Yeah,
sleep,
right.
and then next day is easy.
Well, dude, so I'm a huge snacker.
Mm-hmm.
Nighttime,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, dude, last night was insane.
Oh boy.
Last night was a
So
bowl of
you
spaghetti
all right?
and chicken.
Okay.
Then I had five, the fish fillets,
Yeah.
put two of them on hot dog buns.
You're doing the hot dog buns dirty, huh? They need a nice dirty water dog. They
Yeah.
need a glizzy on them.
So then I was like, that didn't do it. So then like I grabbed the bag of Doritos and I was like, that still didn't do it. Then it was a peanut butter and jelly. And it's just like, dude, I just snack all night long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's tough.
And
Like
you
walking
don't
by the
gain any weight?
no,
What do you mean?
yeah, and then walk by the pantry. Every time I walk by, I'm just like, so hard not to open the door.
Oh, well, that's me too, man. Out of sight, out of mind. Don't bring it in the house. Don't open the pantry. You can't look at the pantry.
There's 3 little kids living in that house. I can't, you know what I mean? Like the snacks that have to be there.
Yeah.
So it's harder to do, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they're there.
I mean, that presents its own challenge, honestly.
Yeah. 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 Yep.
Well, sweet, man. You gonna do another triathlon with me this year?
Probably not.
What?
I had no joy in that whatsoever.
It's hard. Look at your shirt right now. Let me read it. Move your arms. Get uncomfortable to grow.
I did it.
Huh?
I did it. Cool. Got the medal.
And it was easy.
No, it wasn't easy, but it's like, listen, so there's certain guys like you that are like, those are some of your goals. You want to do a half marathon, you want to run a 5K. Those are none of my goals.
All right. Well, then, what are your goals? Dig
Just,
into 'em.
just continuously work out and like
Keep on keeping on.
keep on giving. Yeah, life's a garden.
What did everyone call you? A hippie?
Yeah.
Keep on being a hippie?
Well, it doesn't have to be on everybody's goal list to like finish these races and stuff. I hate running,
I mean, me too.
but I did it.
That's why you do it. Because it's good for you, no matter how you cut it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I got a bad hip. I got a bad knee. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's just not like Brian was like, oh, dude, what's next? This is like, I
Kind of
don't know.
nothing.
Yeah, like I'll do a 5K or something like that, I guess. That's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I'm not a triathlete. I'm
Mhm.
not like a dude that wants to be like, yo, I did this race.
One a year. One a year.
Maybe the LBI one with you,
Mhm.
like that sounds fun,
Yeah.
but like it's okay to not be the fucking marathon guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'd rather go to the gym and work out because I try to gain weight. I'm not trying to lose it either.
Yeah.
So
I
it's just
think it's
not.
I think it's good to test yourself every once in a while.
Maybe I would do like a mutter or something. That sounds funner than doing just the
Swim, bike, run.
yeah.
Okay.
Like put me in some mud, like climb up some shit.
Ok
Like that seems cool.
okay. Maybe we could look into it.
Yeah,
We can do a mud race, or I mean, I think it's pretty the LBI triathlon's pretty sweet, even the Point Pleasant one we did,
yeah.
but it's just like it's like an hour, right?
What's the Spartan thing?
It's the
Isn't
same
that
thing.
like obstacles and all?
Yeah,
Like I'd much rather do that.
it's the same thing, kinda like the Tough Mudder, where there's a bunch of obstacles and you do a course and whatever. Yeah, I mean, we can
Yeah.
look into it, but yeah, I mean, I like to do them because it's challenging. It's not something that you normally do, and especially for me at the time, like, I didn't know how to swim, so I had to teach myself how to swim. So the challenge of learning how to swim was fun,
Hmm.
right? Learning something like, literally throwing yourself in the water and seeing if you sink or float, right? And you learn really quick.
Yeah.
So but I mean, when I hopped in, I sank.
Did you?
And it was very hard and very challenging to figure out
How
how to
did you
fucking
grow
swim.
up not knowing how to swim?
No, 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 no. I knew how to swim.
Okay.
I've
You know how
swam
to
my entire
float.
life. I've swam my entire life, but like properly swimming,
Yeah.
right? And like, doing the strokes and pulling your head up for air,
When
like
the breathe.
it's a technique.
Yeah.
That is a skill.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I thought I could pick it up really easy because to the point, we grew up at the Jersey Shore our whole lives. I was just like, oh yeah, hopping in a pool, no problem. I'll fucking
Right.
swim, no problem. And then I hop in there and I could barely make it 25 meters. I'm like, oh, is this me? Is it? All
Right.
right, it's
Right.
just today. It's today.
Yeah.
I hop in the pool next day and I'm like, fuck, I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to swim.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to
So you know
teach
how to
myself from
swim. You don't know
scratch
how
how
to
to swim.
breathe and you don't know how to time it and like that kind of thing.
Some might call that swimming.
But if you
just,
jumped off a
just sitting
boat,
in.
you could make it to
Oh
land.
yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We grew up next to the Atlantic Ocean, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You had to
Okay. Well, don't confuse people that you don't know how to swim. You don't know
You're
how to
right.
swim a race.
Properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Properly swim. How do you even call that? I don't know. Freestyle? You want me to say freestyle?
Sure.
I don't know how to freestyle swim.
Yeah. So when we did that race,
Yeah.
I was trying to freestyle,
Yeah.
right? And then it was know how. I know how to freestyle. Yeah, timing, all that shit. Like I didn't practice any of that stuff. It was more of like you can't see anything under that water.
Yeah.
Plus, you're in a
Mhm.
bubble of people,
Yep.
so it's hard to move already. You can't
Yep.
see shit,
Nope. Can't.
and it's just like, dude, I just had to do the breaststroke just so that I could see where I was going.
Yep.
Is what I. That's how I
Yep.
transformed it and made it through the rest of the swimming part.
There were so many times because I can only breathe on my right side when I was doing that race.
Yeah,
I would go and like I swam pretty fast.
yeah,
Actually, it was funny because I popped out and went to the bike, and one of the guys that was like in our little thing right there, he's just like, "Oh, so you must be the swimmer of the group." I'm just like,
yeah,
"Well, I mean, kind of, yeah."
yeah.
Even though I'm not.
The guy who didn't know how to swim.
But
Yeah,
anyway, as I was swimming, because I can only turn to the one side, I was like, I kept going to the left and then had to like keep swimming to the right and like actively try to swim to the right. And I think when I got to the last buoy, I was like so far in, I had to like completely go like around the buoy.
more
Yeah.
difficult for yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Brian was backstroking into the oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing. I was just waiting to see who he would hit.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
No, listen, those are
You
you
know
know
what?
what?
If you take the same attitude that you did it last year, where it's just like, I'm not trying to compete, just go out there and have fun.
Yeah.
Like same
I
thing.
gotta
Like,
I gotta get like a different bike too. Like going
yeah.
into that on a
Well,
mountain bike.
yeah. What did you do? You like lost your bike the second before
It
you were.
was it was just another mountain bike though.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It just had smaller wheels. I think like,
yeah.
the one that I used was like a 29 and mine's like a 27.5.
Gotcha.
But it was
Yep.
like you could tell like you're like straight up on a mountain bike.
Hmm.
Everybody else is like hunched over and like
Yep.
probably more
Yep.
aerodynamic and like more efficient. So that's the one thing that would definitely change.
I can tell you one thing. Punching over that much more kills my back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. The only way I can describe it was the not last year, but the year before, the LBI one. I hopped off the bike and I was like, "Oh." I was
Yeah.
running like I just took a crap in my pants because my back was so tight from being like hunched over on the bike.
Yeah.
It's very painful. It's not that much fun.
Right.
It
Yeah.
hurts. So careful what you wish for. As far as speed, you go way faster.
That's what I'm yeah.
Mhm.
That's what
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't need to be competitive. There's people there with like fat tire bikes doing it. Who cares?
that was me.
Yeah, whatever.
That
Hey,
was
listen, the
me and
first the
Brian.
first year, if I didn't get like a bike with the little skinny tires, I was just gonna use my mountain bike.
Yeah.
I didn't
It
care.
just wasn't that many of us that were
Yeah.
mountain biking, and now I
Dude,
see why.
let's try to get some people from the mastermind to come out and do it.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is, you know what we should really do? We should set up either a nonprofit race through the mastermind or the unrelenting pressure 5K.
Oh, yeah.
I want to set a 5K up this year.
Yeah.
We're doing a 5K.
Alright, so is that on the goal list?
That's the 100% on the goal list.
Using the mastermind as one of the platforms and another way to get it out?
One of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should this, it needs to happen because getting people together to do some type of like physical activity, like that's it. I want to do it. We're
Yeah.
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bringing
It's
people
fun
together.
too, though.
Yeah.
Like, everybody comes down. No one's gonna have a bad time.
That's what I'm saying.
Put a hot dog cart there maybe or something.
Put a hot dog cart there, maybe a case of beer at the end,
Yeah.
motivate people. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
I'm in. Let's do it. We're gonna make
Man.
it happen.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
All right, cool,
Yeah.
man. So I think we talked long enough at this point. We've been going for
How
like
long?
an hour and 40 minutes.
Holy shit.
Let's
That's
wrap.
why my wife is texting.
That's why she's freaking the fuck out right now. So let's wrap this up. But this was good. This was fun.
It was great.
Can I drag you out here again, or is it going to be another 6 months before you wrangle you in for a podcast?
Wow.
You had fun, right? This was good.
Yeah. Besides the mute button, I feel like this was
All right.
pretty
Yeah.
easy to
Well,
do.
technical difficulties. It
Yeah.
took me 20 minutes to get set up.
Well, I think that we should, maybe wrangle somebody else
Man.
in between or something like that, and
Yeah.
then just make it like a bi-monthly thing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. I'm in.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Yeah. Thanks
Till
for having
next
me.
time.
Here we go.
Done.
Fuck this up.